12/18/2024, another episode of Stand Tall. We're in the book of Proverbs, chapter 21, verse 17. He who loves pleasure will suffer want. He who loves wine and perfume will not be rich. So if you are always seeking perfumes, wine, and pleasure, you're always going to be wanting of more, and you're never going to be rich because you don't have the discipline to slow down and get through the pain. The wicked man serves as ransom for the just, and the faithless man for the righteous. It is better to dwell in a wilderness than with a quarrelsome and vexatious wife, right? You'd rather go be a man in a cabin with no one around, somewhere where nobody knows where you're at, than be with a partner who is very quarrelsome and fights all of the time. Precious treasure remains in the house of the wise, but the fool consumes it. This speaks to me as far as being an investment advisor in the past and being an investor. Those who hold on to what makes them wealth makes them more wealth. To whom much is given, much more is given, right? And instead of consuming it as you get it, you hold on to it and store it away and let it grow and prosper in your house. He who pursues justice and kindness will find life and honor. The wise man storms the city of the mighty and overthrows the stronghold in which it trusts. A lot of Sun Tzu in that quote. He who guards his mouth and his tongue keeps himself from trouble. So basically that just means, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to keep your mouth shut, in so few words. Arrogant is the name for the man of overbearing pride, who acts with scornful effrontery. The sluggard's propensity slays him, for his hands refuse to work. So if you're slow, sluggish, right, the propensity to be lazy is what's going to slay you. It's going to kill you in the end, because if you're constantly not seeking to better yourself and get ahead and build up that treasure in your house, then you'll never see it. You'll never be wise, right? Precious treasure remains in the house of the wise, but the fool consumes it. Some are consumed with avarice all the day, but the just man gives unsparingly. That just goes throughout the theme of the Bible of just like always, and The Go-Giver. That's a great book. Just be a giving person, because when you're consumed with avarice, right? Like, and avarice means that you're like greedy, okay? And that means that you think that wealthy and rich people got there by being poor tippers and holding on and penny pinching. And yes, they were frugal in such a way, but they were also generous in such a way, because when you're generous to people, people are generous back. And that's what this means. The sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination, the more so when they offer it with a bad intention. The false witness will perish, but he who listens will finally have his say. The wicked man is brazen-faced, but the upright man pays heed to his ways. That's a good one. The wicked man is brazen-faced, but the upright man pays heed to his ways. So pay attention to what you're doing. Be reflective. Reflect on what you've done, the ways that you've gone wrong, and the ways that you can be better. But the wicked man is brazen-faced. So you're just bullheaded, pig-headed, hard-headed, and you're just going to keep moving, keep going, and you're not going to reflect, you're not going to slow down, and you're not going to look back at why you failed. There is no wisdom, no understanding, no counsel against the Lord. The Lord is all. He is the 11th dimensional being. He is there, forwards, backwards, upwards, downwards, inside and out. There is nothing you can do to understand him, and there is nothing that you can do to stand against him. The horse is equipped for the day of battle, but victory is the Lord. Whether the horse is your will, whether the horse is a horse, whether the horse is your army or your business or your employees, it doesn't matter how well you prepare. That doesn't mean you shouldn't prepare, but all glory is going to be given to the one who made it happen and showed you and enlightened you to the way.